It says the table below shows the result of the survey. WireTech, Digilec, Ophone, other. If this information is to be represented by a pie chart, what is the angle for the sector that will represent Ophone? Well, most of the people use WireTech, and what if people use Digilec? So first thing you need to do is add up the total. Always find what is the total. The total, when you add them, I think it told us it was 48. Here it is, 48 people. So this is 20, 12, 42, 48. So the total is 48, all right? So now to find out what portion of the pie chart is going to represent Ophone, then it is 10 people out of 48 have Ophone. But once you get the 10 out of 48, remember a pie chart is a circle, and so it has 360 degrees. So you have to multiply the 10 over 48 times 360 degrees to find out what portion of the segment will represent Ophone. So 10 out of 48 times 360, that is 75 degrees. So the angle for the sector is going to be 75 degrees. Then it says now, using the circle below with radius shown, represent the information in a pie chart. So represent all this information in a pie chart. So pretty much we need to find the degrees for everything. All right. So we need to work out, this is for Ophone. We need to work out for the others. Let me do them right here. So I'm going to use W for WireTech. W for WireTech is going to be 20 over 48 times 360. This will give you the angle for WireTech, 20 over 48 times 360. When you work that out, that's going to give you, if 10 over 48 give me 75, then 20 over 48 should give me 150. So WireTech is 150 degrees. Then Digilec, I'm going to use D for Digilec. D for Digilec is going to be 12 over 48 times 360. That looks like 90 because a quarter times 360 is 90. Well, I'm not sure, so I'll put it in my calculator just to be safe. 12 over 48 times 360. Yes, that's 90 degrees. So Digilec is 90 degrees. And then let's work out others. I'm going to write OT for others. OT for others. And so for others, it's going to be, for others, it's going to be 6 over 48 multiplied by 360. And so you do the honors and work out this, 6 over 48 times 360. And I think I'm going to be getting 6 over 48 times 360. That's 45 degrees. All right. All right, nice. So now we're able to construct our pie chart. So first thing, I'm going to draw a right angle triangle. Well, I'm going to draw a 90-degree angle, I should say. Mine is not so accurate. So bear with me. This is 90 degrees. This 90 is going to represent Digilec. So this 90 degrees is for Digilec. All right, that 90 degrees is for Digilec. This is for Digilec. Now, the next one we need is Wire tech of 150. So let me see. 90 and 60 is 150. So I'll split it somewhere about, let's say 90 and 60, somewhere about here. Somewhere about there is 150. All right, and so that should be fine. That should give me, for digit, this is now wire tech. Wire tech. Wire tech is 150 degrees. All right, this is 150 degrees. That gives us wire tech. So now on the two left for though, that is O phone, which is 75 and 45. So all I need to do is split this in two. 75 is a bigger piece and this is 45. Don't want to make 75. Of course, you can make it accurate by using your compass and all of those cool stuff that you have. Measure the degrees and using a protractor, your compass, whatever you want to use to make it accurate, because this is not so much accurate. This is just a guesstimate of what it should be. 75, this is 45. And what was 75 again? That was O phone. This was for O phone. And then the 45 was for others. And so this is what we have for our pie chart, and that gives us our 3 marks. All right, nice and easy, soft. All right, on to the next part of statistics. It says the incomplete table shows the results of 200 boys and 250 girls in Spanish. Naturally, more girls will do Spanish, and I expect more girls to get ones than boys, but let's see. It says the table is incomplete, and it shows that. It says a girl is chosen at random. Determine the probability she gets a grade 1. Well, there's a high chance a girl is going to get a grade 1, because look at that, guys. They tell us that 62 girls get 1s. That is so magnificent. So the probability of a girl, I call G for girl, probability of a girl equaling 1, probability of a girl getting a grade 1, that is equal to the total amount of girls that get grade 1, 62, over the total amount of girls that sit the Spanish exam, 250. So guys, there's almost a quarter of a chance of a girl getting a 1. That's crazy. 62 out of 250, that's 0.248. So there's almost a quarter chance of a girl getting a 1. That's very good. Imagine quarter of a school getting 1s. Whoa. Girls are fantastic in foreign languages, which is quite true. Females do very well in these language subjects, language, Spanish, French, whatever the case may be, they tend to do better than us as boys. We have to stick to the mathematics. Okay. Now it says, what percentage of boys who took the exam, what percentage of boys achieved grades 1 to 3? Now guys, there are 38 boys that failed the exam. So the percentage that pass, which is getting 1 to 3, is the total amount that pass. So let me write it down. What I'm saying is the amount of boys that get from 1 to 3 is going to be 200 minus 38. And so in total, there are 168 boys that get 1 to 3. So now we can find the percentage of boys who get 1 to 3. So the percentage of boys that get 1 to 3, the percentage of boys that get 1 to 3 is equal to 168 over 200 So the percentage of boys that get grade 1 to grade 3, and you can tell him that's the total amount of boys that pass, which is 168 over 2 bills, because a 200 you go to the Spanish exam. That's a lot of boys doing Spanish. That's crazy. From one institution, multiplying by 100%. So that seems to me is that, how many boys that looks like what, 80 something. 168 over 200 times 100, that's 84% of the boys pass. That's really good. This institution is doing very well. 84% of the boys pass, that's exceptional. Now it says, considering the standard deviations in the table, compare the performance of the boys and the girls. Now, it says, considering the standard deviation. The standard deviation, now, standard deviation is a measure of spread. Standard deviation is a measure of spread. All right, that's the best way to describe it. And typically, we use standard, the smaller the standard deviation, that means the more concise or precise or the more closely packed the results are. All right, that's what that means. So pretty much the girls having a lesser standard deviation means that the girls generally outperform the boys in Spanish. All right, that's what this means. All right. So what we can conclude is, since the standard deviation of the girls is less than that of the boys, then there is a smaller spread of results for the females. Hence, the girls performed better than the boys. All right, that's what that means. Generally, the female perform better than the boys, but this is Spanish, so what do they expect? You can't expect the boys to be outperforming the females. Now, for those that do additional mathematics, there's actually a formula that can show you what is standard deviation. All right. There's a formula for standard deviation. I don't really want to show it. All right, but to find the standard deviation of anything, like let's call this X. If we call all of results for the boys and girls X, then the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. And what is the variance? All right, let's not look at that. Just know that the smaller the standard deviation is, the better or the more truer the results are. So the girls outperform the boys. And you can even look at it. How many girls got 1 to 3? Look at this right here. 62 plus 75 plus 90. That's 227 girls got 1, 2, 3. And in reality, 84% of the boys got 1 to 3. And 227 divided by 250, this is telling us that 91% of the girls got 1 to 3. So clearly the girls outperformed the boys. 91% of the girls got 1 to 3, and 84% of the boys got 1 to 3. So the girls generally outperform the boys. No, that's all we're saying. The girls outperformed the boys. There were more girls that passed the exams. All right, so if you want to drop that in somewhere, you can even drop that here. You can say that is a greater percentage of girls pass the exams than the boys. You can even tell them that then.